Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for the delay, but it's gonna be worth the wait. It's the Zoom Racing League, the Spanish race in Catalonia, Spain. We race this one, hashtag spread it around on Twitter. It's Division 4 of the Zoom Racing League, and it's gonna be a great race. 16 turns here on a 2.9 mile track. I'm really excited because we've got a heated battle for the top spots, but Division 4 is the most entertaining because these drivers are, well, they may be the slowest, but they're the most entertaining because you have no idea what's going to happen. Let's go over the drivers' standings. Razor was too lazy to make one for Division 4, so just FYI, I don't know how you guys feel about that. I think it's kind of offensive, but it's alright. I made my own. Here it is. There is the Division 4 standings. In P1, it's Fitz in the blue car. He's got 81 points at the top of the standings. In number 2, it's Zaxmack in the vacuum car, 72 points. And we're at Spain there, in case you forgot, there's the Spanish flag. Enjoyer coming up hot. He had a rough start to the season, but doing really well there in the other blue car. And then the only other relevant driver in the red car is Big Bro. He's got 40 points, trying to make a comeback for the red car team. Nobody else matters. Who cares? Moving on. Let's get into it. Got some guys out there qualifying. I am Lee Hall. As usual, welcome back, Lee Hall. Thanks for having me back.
Welcome back, bro.
Thanks, Ethan. I'm with Ethan Patel. Ethan Patel was doing stuff for the YouTube. I apologize for the delay again. We had a bit of a stream key issue.
It should be all good. The title should be all up and running, and we're ready to get to racing.
Absolutely. I'm excited because this track, it'll make a man out of you, Ethan. I'm going to enjoy all the DNFs we're going to have here today.
Yeah, it's a tricky track, isn't it? Like, you think it's a testing track in real life, you know, it shouldn't be too difficult. It's just where you get... No, this is a hard track because you don't touch this track very often in the game. I don't think I've touched it since preseason testing of Season 1, and we've been through 4 seasons. And track limits are going to play a huge factor tonight, as easy to go off track, run a little wide into certain turns, and it's really unforgiving on the track limits.
Yeah, absolutely. We already got B-Bry out of the session. Don't know what happened to him. He's a back marker anyway. And now Christian Cummins out of the session. We're on board with CRL Kahuna. No idea who this is, by the way. But he's in a Haas. He's got some fancy letters by his name. Maybe he's fast. We're going to find out. Nope, he's not because he didn't use the curb.
CRL, I believe that's Champs Racing League. He's a partner of Zoom Racing League, so...
Ah, yes.
Interesting to see. Actually, I believe that's Gibbs' brother. So Gibbs, the owner over there, is racing in the Alpha Tauri now, and his brother is racing in the Haas.
Right, and that is Mr. Robot stopped in the middle of the racing line. Maybe he thought he was invisible. I don't know. But Kahuna is on a hot lap. It's a decent lap, I guess, for D4. Zaxmack goes P1. It's a 17.7. I expect those times to be going down as we progress here. But I also expect to be a big gap, Ethan, because people, they're really going to tiptoe it around the first couple laps and then try to push it later, right?
Yeah, track evolution is a huge thing around this track. I don't really know. D4 will set the marker as Enjoyer goes fast on mediums, so with the 17.6. But D4 is going to kind of set the standard. It will be as it goes later into the weekend. So I know D4 guys are in the mid to low 15s, or not low, mid to high 15s. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what these D4 guys could get. I think there'll be some maybe high 16s, maybe low 16, but the grid will be scattered a lot.
Yeah, no question. We're on board with Mr. Robot. He's in a Red Bull, one of the blue cars. And he is starting his push lap. He just set a scorching 1 minute 38 seconds. That's obviously not an actual lap.
Speaking of Red Bull, their championship leader, Fitz Dickwell, is actually out tonight. So he is a reserve. So the reserve is part of the Mercedes Academy. So they will not get full points from this race, which could hurt them in the constructors. So we're going to need a good race for Mr. Robot here. And for Forensic and Narwhal to scrap up what he can as he spins.
Oh. He did indeed spin in Sector 1. We're still on board with Mr. Robot. He has not validated. His jar goes even faster, a tenth faster on his mediums. So really burning through those tires before he starts the race here. A purple Sector 2 from Mr. Robot. So pretty good showing so far on these soft tires. And yeah, so this is going to be an interesting storyline here today, right? Because Zach Smack had retained control of P1 through the first 2 races in the driver's standings. Fitz Dickwell passed him in the last race, had a great race, but he's not here, as he said. So Zach Smack, with some ground to make up, can reclaim the lead as Mr. Robot goes P3 with a 118.4.
Yeah. Ooh, as Forensic Narwhal seems to just be struggling out there as he spins again and he hit the wall a few times. Not looking too great for the Red Bull.
Yeah, no wing on the front of that car. It's going to be pretty difficult to turn. The wing is an essential part of the car.
And the team I want to kind of bring some light on is Aston Martin. They've been having a little bit of problems during the races. They've been doing pretty good in qualifying, and these are 2 newer guys to lead racing and just racing in general, as is all of T4 basically. But these guys have been putting in a lot of work. Their team principal Joel has been on them. Same with higher division guys in there. I know Thermo's been working with them a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how they can move up through the grid throughout this season, and if they could have a better race than they did at Belgium, because I honestly don't think it could get worse than that.
Yeah. Seeing the highlights of that was painful. Aston Martin with a great chance to score big points. Ended up scoring none, I believe. I think they both DNF'd, so...
Yeah, so I believe they actually made contact with one another, so I wonder how that unfolded in the garage.
Which is weird, right? Because they're the only green cars, so, you know, just avoid the other green car, you're fine. Smash into all the others, it's D4.
Yeah.
But no. Like magnets, they just sucked up right into each other. Let's see if we can get on board. Who is this Ferrari, by the way?
I believe that's another reserve, if I'm not mistaken.
Nico Anibaro. I don't know if that's a real name. It's a good name, though. I like it. I think he's going to have a great lap here because of his name.
Is that Italian, or?
It's got to be something. I mean, he's in a Ferrari. He sits at 118.3. That's up to P3.
In a Ferrari, number 69 on the car. Kind of reminds
that's a great number. That's my number, actually.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of a D2 champion last year.
Oh. Tell me about this champion, Ethan.
Yeah, Sid, great driver from India, who always wore the number 69 and put that number right on P1.
Zach Smack sits at purple Sector 1. Sliding around there at the end. Start of Sector 2.
Ooh, I was just on board with Slovene there, and he had a big step of oversteer, and then I think he tried to overcorrect the car into the wall. He's missing a wing now.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Gonna have to come into the pits and change that. That's Zach Smack tiptoeing through Sector 2. Definitely not a very fast time through that sector. And he has slowed down and backed off because he was not ahead. How about Slovene?
So he's going to be coming into the pits right now.
He is driving on the grass. Got that wing damage.
That was a nasty collision with the wall.
Yeah, not the optimal line there in the gravel.
Yeah. So he's going to be looking to recover, I believe, his first back in the McLaren.
Okay, so Zach Mack right on to another hot lap. Oh, big oversteer there in the first turn. As Forensic Narwhal out of the session in Sector 2, Ethan. That's not...
Yeah, he's been struggling all of qualifying. It's kind of bound to happen. I think he's had 2 spins before this. Gonna be interesting to see how he could fare in the race, where it's about consistency, and he's not really shown any during qualifying. Maybe he was pushing a little too hard. And my apologies on Slovene. He's actually raced all 3 races this season, but did not start in the last race.
Well, 4 drivers yet to set a time.
Arrow.
Ooh, there he goes.
I just went on board with him, and he had a nasty collision into the wall. I believe it's turn 3, right there.
Yeah, not ideal. The wall is not your friend here. There's another McLaren. Watches Zach Smack pass him by. Not sure Zach's
So-
going to finish this lap either. He is not going to come into the pit. So who can we get on board with? How about Shutter in the Mercedes starting a hot lap here? He's got some ground to make up in the standings.
You know, only 15 drivers remaining in this qualifying session. And we still have 7 minutes to go, so
Yeah.
don't go anywhere. You could see some nasty crashes here.
Plenty of time for more DNF action.
As Florida's in the wall,
There he is.
going around.
Back on board with Shutter after a brief intermission with the wall.
Oh, speaking of the wall, the Gibbs is also in the wall.
Oh no. Gibbs. Yet to set a time on his outlap in the wall.
So, ooh, as Florida spins it, I'm just getting on all of the onboards with spins tonight. I should be the main commentator
You
right
should.
now.
What the
I'm
heck,
getting
man?
everything.
I'm missing out on this action. Shutter almost lost it there, but didn't. It's a purple sector. Oh, there he goes. There we go. I did it, Ethan. I did it.
Let's go. We don't wish ill upon these drivers, but
Well.
entertainment factor is everything.
That's right. It's D4. We're here to be entertained. It's pretty much the circus league of the Zoom Racing League. And that's why we love it. These drivers are dirt slow. But they're going to be dirt slow right into the wall. And it's going to be epic. I don't know how he didn't just invalidate there, but he didn't. And so, starting another hot lap is Shutter.
Yeah, so it's pretty hard to deal with tire temps as it is around this track, and I'm sure spinning would not help that at any rate. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys can cope with the understeer caused by spinning.
And two drivers have just come out ahead of Shutter. That's going to be fun for him. It's not that bad in Sector 1, though. And so here he comes through Sector 1. Into the more technical
Yeah,
Sector
and that
2.
Ferrari ahead of him is on a... Nope, I believe he's on an in-lap. His DRS is blinking. He's going to have to get out the way sooner rather than later.
You don't want dirty air in this part.
As he spins into the
Oh,
wall!
oh, there he goes.
There's another one.
Nico. How could you? That's alright. He's in P3. These times are pretty bad, I'll be honest. Enjoyer with a 1:16.5 has version of pole. That's actually a very good time.
That's actually a really good
The other times are quite bad. But
Yeah, and
that's
these guys are... This race is going to be all about consistency. You've seen how many crashes we've had
Survival,
in just this
Ethan.
qualifying session. Yep, exactly. Consistently be staying on the track, and that'll get you the win. Also, being able to react well to safety cars, because judging by the amount of crashes we have, we will have a lot of safety cars.
Absolutely. As Shutter goes P3, takes a spot from Nico, who met the wall. He's still
Well,
alive, by the way. I didn't realize he was still alive.
Yeah, that's crucial for Mercedes, as they're looking to fight back at Red Bull, who are currently in the lead of the constructors, and without their without Fitzdickle, they're in the championship lead. Mercedes have a great shot at closing in that gap and even overtaking Red Bull tonight.
Yeah. P1
And
and
that's it.
P3 locked down for him, looking good.
And that's the same thing with Alpine. Alpine is only 8 points behind Red Bull, so with Zach Smack up in P2, Mr. Robo only in P5, and they're in Forensic Narwhal in the wall. So could be a great week for both Mercedes and Alpine to overtake the Red Bull.
It might, but we need a nice race from Florida. He's been a little inconsistent, kind of been down in the bottom of the pack. Alpine need him to step up, although, Alpine not one of the premier teams yet. Maybe they're bump themselves up in the standings after this season and get the higher draft pick for next season, but
Yeah,
they weren't
Freddie
expected
Grisel,
to dominate like the top 3 teams.
Freddie Rizal working real hard with that Alpine team, and it's working pretty well in Division 4 with Zach Smack. Great driver looking to get more wins. Might have to settle for P2 here, as Enjoyers nearly more than a second faster than him right now. But yeah, we're gonna need something huge from Florida if Alpine wants to actually fight for the Constructors Championship.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't keep relying on Enjoyer DNFing. If he's a second faster, he can just take it easy and win the
Yeah.
races.
But
Obviously, a little fast for Division 4, but
Yeah, that Mercedes team is no joke though. Shutter, a former D2 driver, dropped down to D3 midseason last season, and then in the standings dropped down to D4. It's not a lack of pace; it's a lack of consistency, and that's all you really need in D4. So if you can fix that problem, that Mercedes duo will be running double podiums, maybe even 1-2s week in and week out.
Yeah, you got the two Aston Martins up there in P7, P8 as well. A pretty strong showing from them in qualifying here. Can they finish the race? That was the question earlier. And Big Ailbro sends the other Ferrari up to P3. He's fighting for a top spot in the Drivers' Championship as well, so good to see him up in one of the top places in qualifying.
Yeah, no, Big Elbro, one of the older guys in the league. He's been working on his pace. I've seen it. He's improved and he's getting way better at being consistent. And it is helping him in D4. Obviously, as it's all about consistency. As he is actually P4 in the standings after DNFing in Belgium. So.
And Jar going back out. Using a set of soft tires. That's interesting. I would not have expected that, but he's doing it. So.
And currently, Enjoyer win tonight would put him ahead of Fitzdickle in the championship, and Zach Smack only needs a P10 to put himself ahead of the Red Bull. So Fitz could move down to Division 3 just based on attendance, and that's why attendance matters. You know, it's a short season where this is the halfway point. You know, round 4 out of 8, attendance matters, and showing up wins championships.
Well, showing up wins championships if you're fast.
Yeah, if you're able to keep it on track, showing up. Yeah.
If you're Barney, no, I'm kidding. And it's there's an Aston Martin over there spun around. Not sure what happened, but it's still alive.
This Forensic left the session.
Zach Smack retiring in the pits. On board with Nico, he has invalidated his lap. Let's go on board with Labib, who had... Oh, no. He's dirt slow. Invalidated. How about Florida? In the Alpine.
Aaron, he is retired from the session. I believe that was in the pits.
Yeah, Big Elbro also retiring in the pits. So some of these drivers saying, that's all I need. Oh, Florida way wide there. Almost spinning. This is no longer a hot lap. It is a cold lap. Oh, dear Lord. I think he's just limping it home, but he's in Gibbs' way. Oh, he's really in Gibbs' way. That is not what you want to see. Gibbs, is he able to improve all the way up to P5?
So Aston Martin, after struggling last weekend throughout all of the divisions, currently P4 and 5 in the in qualifying right now.
Yeah, AlphaTauri, great showing from Gibbs and Snow Crab. And unfortunately, Gibbs might have been able to shave off another 100 there. That's all he would have needed to pass Big Elbro for P4. So a little bit difficult to see him being blocked a little bit at the end there, but still a great lap from Gibbs. Representing CRL. And so that is going to be about it. It's Enjoyer in P1, not a surprise. Zach Smack in P2, also not a surprise. He didn't actually qualify on inters, he just put him on for funsies. Sylvain in P3. Did he set that time on the mediums? He might have.
I believe he did. If so, that's insane.
That's great for McLaren. Obviously, the reserve driver. Is that a reserve driver? Aero? I don't know.
No. He's a full-time driver. I believe it's Aero this weekend.
Aero. Okay. Aero. Well, Aero. Hopefully he.
He is actually not a reserve. He's actually the new permanent driver for McLaren, as Vitor did not show up for any of the races. So Aero in his first outing in the McLaren for the full-time seat.
I see. Well, it's his first outing. First race. I'm sure he'll get some experience under his belt and pick up the pace. That's what we want to see.
So I was hoping for 17s across the board. We got into the 18s. Steady improvement. You know, these guys are new to sim racing, so we hopefully as the season progresses, they can get faster and faster and start competing with D3 times. Overall, good quality session. A lot of action with crashes, and we have Enjoyer on pole, followed by Zach Smack and Slovene rounding up your top three. Slovene, crucially, on the medium tires, on a track with high tire degradation. So I wonder what McLaren will do with that strategy in the case of an early safety car, which is very possible.
Yeah, that's gonna put him in an awkward spot if it's really early. You don't really want to get rid of the fresher mediums that early, but pitting under safety car. Oh, it's raining. Throughout everything we just said.
Oh, yep. Didn't know that.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
This is gonna. I'm getting Portugal season 1 D2 vibes from this. Those that know, and those that don't, you don't want to know.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
This was horrendous.
That's why Zach Smack put on the inters. I see.
So those guys might have been running compromised setups to prepare for the rain.
Yeah. Good. Well, you think they do that in D4, Ethan? You really think they're like?
I think the Aston boys might. You know, Joel is.
That's true. They're sweats.
Joel is a rain god, bro. So that Aston team, both on controllers. So Joel hopefully has taught him his ways. Hopefully we could see a good race from Labib or
those boys sweat as much as it rains right now. So we've got the formation lap going. It's inters. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so I talked about this preseason. We have a lot of tracks with good chance of rain. And we turned off traction control across every single division. No auto gears. You have to run manual. This could be a shit show, for lack of better terms. Can I curse?
This is a family-friendly show, Ethan. Come on now.
Oh, we have Raz. So
G-rated, although if you've seen any Disney lately.
Unnecessary shots at potential future partners. Disney hit us up.
We'll take a sponsorship.
Yeah,
they're great. Disney's great. Anyway, it's Enjoyer leading around the pack. There's a big gap between the AlphaTauri of Gibbs and Big Ailbro for some reason is behind Gibbs. I don't know. It doesn't matter though. It's raining. They don't know what's going on. Division 4 is not even good at racing in the dry, and here they are in the wets, probably freaking out on one of the hardest tracks.
I'll call it right now. Florida's gonna come from P14 and win because I don't even know who could keep it on track. So it's a prayer.
Okay,
pick a name out of the hat, and you have a good chance of winning your bet.
The 4-stopper, the 3-stopper projected. I don't think that's happening.
Hopefully you could keep your tires together. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter how many stops with the amount of safety cars you're gonna get. So
that's true. Half of this race is gonna be safety cars, unfortunately. Hopefully not. Hopefully. Yeah. As Aero, who is that McLaren all the way in the back?
I believe that's Aero. That might have already spun.
Oh no! Can't be spinning on the warm-up lap.
Yeah, this is gonna be a chaos. It's gonna be fun. Count us down whenever it's ready, I guess. These drivers have to be so nervous.
Oh, turn 1's gonna be just a catastrophe.
Like, I know my biggest fear is taking someone else out. Like, I'll take myself out, but if I take someone else out, I feel bad. And these drivers might not have necessarily practiced the rain, don't really know how to drive it, don't want to kill anyone, so there might be some crazy moments here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of them have practiced the rain, and I wouldn't blame them. So, it's going to be great. Here we go. Race is starting. 5 lights. They're holding them for a long time. There we go, and they're off. Zach Smack with a good start, actually, but he's getting a little wheel spin right alongside Enjoyer. Oh, man.
So there's a lot of too wide in turn 1. You do not want to do that unless you trust the driver next to you.
Yep, little contact there. AlphaTauri on Ferrari.
Believe everyone's...
Actually, pretty clean for turn 1.
It's the Red Bull and Mr. Robot and Aero are side by side going to turn 3. Aero gets the position eventually. Aero's making moves down the field.
Yeah, maybe he had a very compromised setup there with a 120 in the back. He's already up 6 places. Mr. Robot's struggling. Aero's arrow is coming in handy. Look at that downforce, just pushing him ahead up to P9. Great start. And Zach Smack has taken the lead from Enjoyer.
A lot of fighting happening throughout the grid, and I'll say I'm impressed. No one's killed each other yet. No one's spun. Everyone's kept it together, and it's been really nice battling. Actually, I believe Christian Cummins had an offing. I don't know if it was a spin or if he just went into the grass a little bit, but he's back in P20 now.
Alfa Romeo playing the long game there, down in P17 and P19.
Oh yeah, they'll move their way up the field, probably, hopefully.
Yeah, probably, dude.
Probably not. I don't know. Anything can happen, really. They could win the race. 1-2, maybe.
Well, maybe.
It's possible.
Mr. Robot still in P10. Right behind on the gearbox of Arrow, having to brake. And, oh man, this is a struggle section.
Front 3 pack. Wait, so then it's interesting. Levine qualified onto the mediums, but they have to have known that it was raining, right?
It's about confidence, Ethan. You know, Levine just decided, you know what?
Oh, he just wanted to show him who's boss.
I'm built different. I'm better. I'm gonna qualify in P3 on the mediums and then win the race.
I wish I could do that. I'll just end up P50. Oh, as Buffalo Trace is your first one gone. Sadly, we missed that, but up and there's a virtual safety car, and there goes the 1-2 I was talking about for Alfa Romeo. That's a rip right there.
It's alright. Christian Cummins is still in the race. Anything can happen.
We get an F in the chat for Buffalo Trace there, team principal. Not having the greatest of seasons.
He's a great guy.
So far. Yeah, love
really
him.
Unfortunate luck
DT
here.
broadcaster. It's just a virtual safety car, so still have the full, I believe, 5 safety cars possible to be deployed. Can't speak.
Yeah. Anyone thinking about pitting here, Ethan, on lap 2?
I would hope not.
Come on, it's D4. Play the long game. Get on the full wets.
It would be nice if we could see a little weather map.
Yeah, why don't they need to build that into next year's game. F122, are you listening? Disney, are you listening? Build a weather device into next year's game. And B-Bry gets a drive-through penalty. I'll be honest, that's not really going to affect this race much. And we're restarted.
As yellow flags in Sector 3, as I believe the Red Bull Forensic Narwhal had a problem as B-Bry goes in to serve his drive-through.
He did. It doesn't look like he has wing damage, but he went around at some point. Not sure if there was contact.
Yeah, I believe Forensic had a little bit of an offing, and so B-Bry had to slow down or something like that. So Forensic in P15. Still, finishing is enough points, okay? You just have to finish, you get points. It's easier said than done, but it's doable.
That's right. Zach Smack spinning, or not spinning, but sliding around a lot in the rain. I'm not sure how much the VSC did for their tire temps.
As Labib goes down the inside of Gibbs here.
Oh, yeah, what a move.
That was a beautiful move under traction.
And he's about to take Miguel, bro. Labib is on fire.
Labib is on a charge in that Aston Martin team.
Might have been a little bit of a warning there for Labib. It's a yellow in Sector 2. It's the Haas of Black Jesus.
And yeah, Labib takes position from Big L, bro. And now Labib has the task of catching up to Shutter, which is no easy task. He's about 1.5 seconds away.
I don't know. Labib is owning right now. I think he's going to catch him in like a couple of corners at this rate. He's just on fire.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's... Yeah, he's cut in nearly 3/10. Oh, and he's... Oh.
Don't look at the time. Just, you know, it's just based on feeling, okay?
Okay, got you.
He's catching him. Slowly but surely. Corner going in the opposite direction. Anyway, it's Enjoyer with the fastest lap. Not a surprise there, and it's a Williams in Sector 3. It's slow. It's B-Bry.
Yep. So we were talking about Alpine. They needed a great race from Florida, but it's not coming to fruition yet. But safety cars could change that. He's in P15 right now. Just needs to run clean and hope for a safety car. As up front, Enjoyer and Zach Smack continue to run away with it, with Levine closely behind.
Yeah, we're seeing them break away from the McLaren driver just a little bit here.
Yeah, there's a tight battle between Big L, bro, Gibbs, and Nico. the two Ferrari sandwiching the one Alpha Tauri there.
Oh yeah, they could really work together to send him down the order, if you know what I mean. But that would be dirty.
Oh,
So instead, it sends it. Oh, I thought he was going to send it up the
yeah, I
inside.
thought he was
Nico.
gonna send it. Held back. Trying to get a better run out of here.
It is really difficult to overtake in the rain generally.
And then
And
around
it's
Spain,
also
it's
very
just even
difficult.
harder.
To overtake in Spain, yeah. Zaxmack goes fastest. Come on. Taught that guy everything I know, unless he crashes.
Oh, you know that pretty well, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. That's my pupil. Oh,
No,
Nope.
you know about crashing, right?
no, I don't know anything about crashing. That's
You sure about that?
only time I've ever crashed is when someone crashed me out. 100%.
That's what they all say. That's what I
Zaxmack's
say.
down 1.2 seconds now. I don't know what happened. He went super slow in Sector 2. Or in
Yeah,
Sector
that-
1, I guess.
That's gonna give Enjoyer some breathing room. He's gonna need to try to push right here to try to get ahead.
Nearly loses it, Zaxmack, and now he's got Slovene on his outside. Slovene gonna take the position. Zaxmack gonna let him have it.
Ooh, yeah, Zaxmack's really struggling. His rear slid even when he was past, or when Arrow was, Slovene was past. My bad. Mixing up the McLarens. But Arrow has caught up to that Ferrari AlphaTauri battle. So that battle has become a four-way battle now with Mr. Robot close to the fight, 2 seconds back, but should be able to get that back as we
Labib
fight.
had the position on Shutter and decided to let him keep it. I told you he'd catch up, and he did.
Labib is on absolute fire, but it can't be extinguished by the rain. So
No.
maybe
Not
he's
at all.
on like water-resistant fire.
Yeah, something
That's
like
what
that.
Labib's
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Here he goes on the battery.
Yellow flags.
And it's
That's a
Nico.
Ferrari spun round.
So Florida and Forensic gonna move up a place. Nico all the way down in P15 as Labib's gonna get the move done.
Labib on the charge up into P4 now.
So battery here in the rain is gonna be way better. So actually,
Yeah.
you might actually be able to overtake better in the rain because you're gonna have more ERS. I don't know.
Yeah, so battery's a non-factor basically because the amount of times you're going to be having to coast, you have to brake earlier, all that. You're regenning your battery better, but it's harder to get down on the power and actually be able to trust yourself. Also, to overtake well, you have to be able to late brake, and how much do these guys trust themselves to brake late in the rain?
As Arrow picks
Yes.
up the first time penalty for track limits. You don't want to be doing that. If you go off the track,
There's a Red Bull around that's forensic non-hole. Once again, without a front wing, that's gonna. Some
Yeah.
money's coming out of Christian Horner's pockets right
yeah,
there.
that's not great. Not picking the right reserve there, Red Bull.
Yep, the Mercedes Academy driver is sabotaging Red Bull Racing right now.
And Zaxmack into the pits. Did he have damage?
I'll check on him. And we'll keep you updated.
They are
And
indeed
yeah,
changing the wing. So one of the race leaders having to come into the pits. Meanwhile, Enjoyer having a great time out there, living up to his name. 4 seconds ahead of Slovene in P1.
That's Labib in the podium positions. I don't think he necessarily has the pace to catch up to Slovene, but he does have the pace to break Shutter, so this could be a great race for Aston Martin, like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, you practice enough. Eventually, you just kind of get good at the game. Imagine that.
Wait, you could actually get good at this game? I thought it was just like a spin simulator.
No, you can actually get good at it. We got a wheel-to-wheel battle at the back. It's B. Brian, Black Jesus. And there's a car coming out of the pits. It's Forensic. B. Brian just kind of let him go.
Black Jesus is definitely walking on water because he ain't going too fast, but yep, in the back, gonna try to make up a few positions. You know, finishing is all that really matters here. I don't think he's had a spin yet. I think he's been in the grass, maybe.
Just taking a sweet time, Ethan. You know what they say about
Oh.
Formula One racing? It's a walk, not a sprint, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've heard that from, I believe that was Lewis Hamilton that one time when he was like slow.
That's right.
Um,
And we've
yeah,
got,
so
oh no, the other Alfa Romeo. It's Christian Cummings down in P15. He is slow on track, had a little spin, and there is
So-
no front wing on that car.
yeah, actually, Black Jesus has already made a stop. I don't know if it was for a front wing change or because he was struggling on them tires. So yeah, he's a stop down. So it's Forensic Narwhal and Zach Smack. As B-Bryce spins again. I think, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, Aero, Gibbs, and Big Elbro still a train. Coming through Sector 2 here into Sector 3.
And if I'm Gibbs, I'm gonna try to get ahead of Big Elbow there and create a buffer with
He's got plenty of
Arrow.
battery. Just need an AlphaTauri full send here.
Yeah, he's gonna need to focus on getting a real good exit out of Sector 3, which can be hard to do in the rain, but you just need a better exit than the guy ahead. You don't need a great exit. Just
He
one
looks
side.
quicker, that's for sure. Gibbs just looks quicker right
Yeah.
now. More
But
confident.
there, he was so much faster through the sector, but on the exit, he lost what seemed like a car length. So will he be able to get the move down into turn 1?
Oh, both of them well on the battery. Gibbs going to have to tuck in behind. Big Elbro lining up defensively to stop him from overtaking. So, yeah, like you said, he just needed a better exit, but he was a little hesitant on the power with the car right in front of him. Oh, Gibbs nearly losing the rear end there.
Yeah, so getting stuck behind someone, you kind of want to back off going into the corner, so then you could close up when you're in the corner. Problem with Gibbs there was he was way too close coming to the corner, so you had to back off mid-corner, which
Oh, Big
gave
Elbro
him more
wide.
sense.
Is this going to give Gibbs a chance? No.
This corner is really hard to overtake into, as there's really no space to go too wide.
Yeah, just kind of full send, Ethan. Force him off the track. Get the
Yeah.
move done. As Gibbs nearly losing it again on the curb. Big Elbow avoiding the curbs entirely there in that sector. Meanwhile, Shutter is falling into this group's grasp. Big Elbow is catching him as he goes wide again. Gonna give Gibbs a chance, but Gibbs is too nice of a guy.
So that makes the question, did Shutter run more of a dry setup for quali and sacrifice his race? Because he's really following down the order here for a driver with pace.
Yeah, I wonder if someone at Mercedes can answer that question. Question from Mercedes Garage. Did you have any idea that it was going to rain? And why not? Meanwhile, it's Snow Crab right on the back of Kahuna. Kahuna not on the battery. I don't know why. He's going to let him go. And so Snow Crab going to get the move done into turn 1. That's a Honda Power car up into P10.
Yeah, so Zach Smack, not having the best weekend so far with his one of his championship rivals out, but Enjoyer really capitalizing on both of his, well, one of them being out and Zach Smack in P14. He'll take the lead of the championship if the order stays this way.
Gosh, Kahuna braked a little bit late there. Nearly took out Snow Crab, but avoided it and saved the car. So well done from Kahuna. Good driving.
So, Shutter's already lapped. Actually, no, he's not lapped.
That's all right.
There-
It's been a
there we
long
go.
day. It's all right.
Enjoyer has lapped. I believe that's Christian Cummins there. This Forensic struggling with connection potentially, as Slovene is on the back of lap traffic as well.
Yeah, Forensic was
Christian.
jittering around earlier for me. Labib goes fastest.
Labib within a second of Slovene.
Yeah, that's huge. So Labib looking for P2 here in this race.
Is this the birth of a new rain god?
What if Labib catches Enjoyer? What then?
Labib is the greatest D4 driver of all time and will be cemented into the Zero Hall of Fame as a rain god.
Yeah, we've got a wheel-to-wheel battle with Gibbs and Aero. Aero right on the outside, not giving up. Insane in the wets. And in fact, he makes the position stick because of his bravery.
This is why it was so crucial for Gibbs to get past Big L, bro. He doesn't want to be stuck with... You don't want to be sandwiched ever, because you really can only lose out in a situation where the car ahead goes slower, right? Because you're just going to get overtaken by the guy behind you.
That's right, and that is exactly what happened. Gibbs too nice. Big L bro held him off, and Aero is now going to have a shot at collecting the position from the Ferrari driver in just a little bit. But he's going to have to recharge his battery a bit here. He's only got 41%. Big L bro up to about 70. And there go my interval timings.
I believe the rain is messing with the connection that we have to the track timings.
Yeah, might be some lightning there, so just be safe.
Oh, that'd be amazing if we get some thunder going on in here and make the race real exciting.
And it's Labib setting purple sectors and taking it nice and slow.
Yeah, he's closed. He's closed real. He could get Slovene here.
Wow, a little snap there, but yeah, fully on the power here in the wets while turning.
Yeah, so I think he went wide on the entry, but really closed up mid corner.
And Zaxmack with a fastest lap of 128.9. So trying to get back into the race.
Beeb setting up Slovene for potential overtake. Slovene gaining time.
That's what Labib wants him to think.
Yeah, but Labib just closes in on through the corner, so that Aston Martin setup could be really different to what McLaren's running.
Oh man, Labib getting off the power so early here. Rather than just full sending on Slovene, which is recommended here in Division 4. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, we just want entertainment. Do we really care about good racing?
Yeah. Well, a little bit. As he goes way wide there, use that curb. You don't really want to risk running into the grass there. And now he's lost a ton of time. 1.4 seconds back, so we're going to jump on board with Aero, who is 3/10 away from Big L bro.
But Aero crucially with the 3-second time penalty right now, so he's going to need to get past Big L bro. Of course, there's still 20 laps left in this race, so a lot can happen. If you're not had a safety car, which I'm surprised, a lot of guys actually able to keep it together, even though the qualifying.
He's going for it. Late braking Aero is going to take the corner.
And Big L bro keeps his line. Big L bro does not back out.
It doesn't matter. Aero's got the inside. He's got better traction.
That was real brave from Big L bro, though. I will say, trusting that Aero will give you enough space. It is very difficult in turn 1 and 2 to give space. So that was great from both drivers as CRL Kahuna picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, absolutely massive move from Aero up to P5. A chance to get Shutter and then try to run away and make his time penalty irrelevant.
So we were talking about battery though, and how good battery is. If you take a look at Aero's battery, he is not regenning how I think he should.
Well, he keeps using it.
There's an Alpine around. That was the Alpine of Zaxmax, who's previously set fastest lap a few laps back. Actually had a little spin.
Yeah, it's a tough track. Zaxmack having a rough day. His teammate ahead of him. I believe that'll be the only race.
And his championship rival there setting fastest lap as goes into the pits. So leading into the pits, which could be interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yep, and that is for a straight tire change.
So Shutter up to P3, Aero up to P4.
Will he get caught in traffic? He could potentially come out behind Aaron, which could be huge for Labib. Oh. Comes out behind the Red Bull. Aaron does not get ahead of him.
Oh, that was close.
Aaron's going to have to try to battle tooth and nail with Slovene, and Labib could potentially get an overcut. But Slovene already dropping a second, so...
Yeah, that would have been huge for the whole team, you know. Aston Martin, if Aaron was able to retain that position from Slovene. Could have slowed down, could have parked the bus on Slovene, allowed Labib to pin after in response and keep P2.
Yeah, but I'll say this, Mr. Robot's not one to give up positions, so
It's true, he's getting
a
slowed
little
down
bit of
already.
fight from there.
How brave will Slovene be in trying to get by the Red Bull of
Yep, the
Mr.
Red
Robot?
Bull on the battery. The whole lap, even through the brakes. This is what we love to see. As Slovene having a little wobble, Mr. Robot still on the battery.
That is not recommended through
Unless
these
that's a
slow corners.
glitch. Not a glitch, real thing. Really happening.
As
Shutter
Shutter,
goes into the pits.
Gonna
What would
pit
he come out in
fresh
relation
enters.
to Slovene?
is it gonna rain the whole time? Can somebody, Oh, way worse exit from Slovene. What is he doing? Come on, bro.
As Mr. Robot finally gets off the battery after being on for about a whole sector.
I mean, that's really a flex, Ethan. I mean, Mr. Robot
mean,
saying, you're not getting by me. I will literally drain and waste my entire battery, and you're still not going to get by me. Have a
I mean,
nice
he's
day.
simply built different. I could not do that through the slow traction zones.
Yeah, just going to waste half his ERS and still keep the position. Look at him.
And
Oh,
if
oh.
you're Aston Martin, you have to be thinking about pitting Labib here.
Just as I say that, Mr. Robot
But
on the battery and giving up the position.
I thought he was gonna have a little fight back there, but tried to better of it. It's had a little sneaky good race. His Big Elbow, who's in the P4. Of course, he'll get sorted once he pits, but just staying consistent up into P4 right now. I believe that'll turn to P7.
Yeah, Gibbs loves following this Ferrari car. He really likes the back of it.
He's gonna get really tired of that red.
Been on the back of him pretty much the whole race. Had plenty of overtaking opportunities, but maybe he thinks, you know, he's getting some toe action going, you know. He's just staying in the DRS, Ethan.
Yeah, that's all you really need, you know. In the rain, stay in the DRS. Keep with it. No, but it's actually incredible that they're staying
Oh,
with
speaking
each
of
other.
staying in
Oh!
the DRS, Gibbs
And I was
decides to smack the wall, give it a little kiss. He's got some wing
I-
damage.
That's ironic because I was literally gonna say it's impressive that they're staying with each other. None of them have had any moments or anything. I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't say that. A second earlier, or else it would have been a broadcaster choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Aaron G has caught up to the back of Mr. Robot. And Kahuna very tightly behind. In fact, he's going to send it in a place you don't normally send it. And he's going to take the position from Aaron G. He's got the outside. He breaks later as well. Aaron G's just going to let him go. Kahuna. The big Kahuna. Taking P8.
Man, that's big for Haas currently up in P8. With a lot of the higher up teams, as some would say, are struggling. The Haas, supposedly meant to be a back marker, currently in P8. Great showing for them. As the Red Bull Mr. Robot comes into the pits.
Snowcrab also into the pits for AlphaTauri. Gibbs into the pits, of course, with the wing damage. And so Nico and the Ferrari goes up to P8.
So we've yet to see Enjoyer and Labib pit, which Enjoyer, it doesn't matter too much as he had a big gap, but for Labib, do you think he might have missed his window where Slovene was getting held up? Now Slovene is in clear air, and Labib is on the older tires. Did he miss the window for the overcut? Yeah, that's the one.
It's possible, but they may be going for the one stop versus.
Well, I think
They should
think
all
he
be going
pitted-
for one stop.
Yeah, I
but
think they all pitted into the one stop. They all pitted around lap, I want to say 13, which is close to halfway. I mean, not necessarily halfway.
Yeah, but three laps around Spain, which Slovene is going to have older tires here is pretty significant. I don't know
This
about
is
the
the
wets,
halfway
but
point, so
yeah.
as enjoyers in, Labib stays out. Labib potentially hoping for a safety car or something.
That would be crazy. I thought we'd have more
Work-
safety cars.
Yeah, the praying strategy worked out for George Russell in Miami as Enjoyer comes out behind Arrow.
Oh, this will be
Of course,
interesting.
Arrow has not pitted yet, but Arrow could play a huge factor in the lead. Don't think he will. I think Enjoyer will be able to get around quickly, but Arrow having a great race too, up 14 positions. I believe started P16 after DNFing out of qualifying. So great first race in McLaren so far, and that McLaren team is actually doing pretty good too as a whole, 2-5.
Yeah. Oh, and he just kind of lets him by there, Arrow. I don't think
Yeah,
that was
maybe-
intentional actually, but
Maybe a little sportsmanship or something. Just saying that you're on fresher tires, don't want to potentially kill you or something. So just gonna let you by.
yeah, I mean, if he was really a racer, he would have brake checked him, try to win the race.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
But
Full Lewis Hamilton.
it's
Yeah,
alright. His
love
enjoyer
that.
takes a lot of that curb, and
Oh,
Arrow into the wall, and
I-
he teleports onto the track. My car can't do that, Ethan. I don't
I think he
know.
might have reset the track, which is not against the rules. If someone reports him, that could be a incoming time penalty. Is Big L bro? So finally,
Yeah, my
passed
car
Arrow.
does not have the ability to do that. I think that's
Really, bro? You gotta upgrade.
need to bring that upgrade to this track.
And we need to, Duncan, if you're listening, we need some new Honda tech, bro. We need teleportation.
Arrow, of course, into the pits. He's lucky he didn't DNF.
Yeah,
Shutter
so-
taking a lot of that
Um,
curb right behind Florida here.
I feel like I might need to leave this Grand Prix with a police escort, as I've cursed 2 drivers so far. So, yeah,
So
you won't see me after the race.
third one's a charm. Ethan, who you got next?
Oh, I got. Sorry, Labib, bro, you're gone.
Oh yeah, leading the race, cursing Labib, gives it the fastest lap, 128.6. Speaking of Labib, let's hop on board with him real quick to see if he's gonna spin now that Ethan has cursed him. Not happening.
So we have Aaron in P6 fighting with Nico, who's right behind him. I believe that's the closest battle. Actually, we have Florida and Shutter. So Florida, the Alpine, and we needed to step up, and Shutter, the Mercedes that was up in P4. They're battling right now, and Florida's gonna want to keep Shutter behind, just for the constructors championship. You know, just mess with Mercedes' race.
Majora 127.8, a whole second almost faster in the competition right now. I haven't gained that much time on Labib though.
If you're Labib, kind of missed your window for the overcut. I'll say that. He's gonna have to hope that the fresher tires help him out towards the end, but I believe Slovene is out of his pit window.
Yeah.
Unless Labib could do the whole race. If Labib could do the whole race on one set of inters, it might be an Aston Martin masterclass.
Oh wow, that would be a true glorious sight, but he's now losing a lot of time to Enjoyer as the other Red Bull gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Shutter right up close to Florida here. He might want to send it around on the inside. Not as much grip over there, and he's gonna go for the switchback. Does Florida know he's there? A little contact. Florida keeps the position, but it's Shutter gonna send it again down on the inside on Florida. Oh, and they spin each other. Looked like
That
Shutter just came over into Florida, maybe? Not sure.
That's gonna be crucial for Shutter, who's already pitted once before. Florida still has to come to the pits one time, so it's not the worst thing for him, but for Shutter, that could ruin his race. He's up in P4 at one point.
Yeah, that's disappointing for Mercedes. Trying to go for a move. Gotta go for it at some point, but ended up being pretty costly here.
So drivers that haven't pitted yet are Big L, bro, Kahuna, Nico, Aaron, and Florida. So Aston Martin could be hoping for a safety car. Same with the Ferraris, and then the Alpine of Florida could also be hoping for safety cars. He's not had the best of races in terms of like actual pace, but could have a great strategic race.
I want to see Labib go to the end, dude. I think he can do it.
Now the question is, how much time does he lose to someone like Slovene?
That's true.
It's
losing time
inevitable
now,
that
yeah.
Enjoyer will catch him. But Big Elbro has not made any gaps into Labib, so maybe Big L slows up Slovene, allowing Labib to do a not one stopper, a zero stopper. Would love to be able to see the tire wear on these cars.
Maybe it's gonna dry up, and Labib's just waiting for it to dry up.
Oh, that could be potential. I didn't even think about that.
Because both Aston Martins are still out there.
As Christian Cummins comes into the pits. Not the greatest stage for Alfa Romeo down there with the DNF and P17s.
Hey, points are progress at Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me, jet lag from having to fly over to Spain, but yeah,
True.
no, points are all that matter for Alfa Romeo. In other divisions, they are working their way up the field, so finishing in D4 is obviously not ideal with the current positions, but just like getting small points that can maybe help your campaign for a higher pick next season.
Indeed. Slovene right up on the back of the gearbox of Big Elbro now in the Ferrari. Big Elbro hanging on to the podium place, but he has not pitted yet. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, and still both Ferraris yet to come in, both Astons yet to come in.
Oh, is he going for the move? Using the whole curb. And Big Elbro's just gonna kind of let him have it.
So now Slovene is going to have the mighty task of catching up to Enjoyer. Well, I think Enjoyer will get to Labib. I think if you're Labib, you let if he is actually doing a zero stopper, which I don't know if it's possible, you let Enjoyer by, and you hope that Slovene does not catch you at a rate of more than a second a lap, which I think is very doable.
It might be doable. Yeah, Slovene was held up quite a bit.
Yeah, so 16 seconds back, he has to literally go 19 seconds actually off Labib. So he has to go almost 2 seconds a lap faster than Labib every single lap. Is it possible? Will Labib get a puncture? Stay tuned.
Absolutely. And we got Zach Smack just a few tenths off of Aaron G. And Shutter down at P13, a few tenths off Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot being held up by Christian Cummins, who is a lap car. And there goes Shutter, facing the wrong way.
Yeah, so his race kind of unraveled. You know, he had that incident with, was it Florida? Yep, he's retired from the race. Could that be a safety car?
Oh man, Labib praying. He's coming into the pits.
Oh, so Labib boxes. It won't be a safety car as he's on an escape road. Or not an escape road, a Marshall post. Will one of the Ferraris come in?
And Labib going for soft tires.
Labib on the soft tires. I feel like this could be a catastrophe.
Folks, this is too early. If you don't know, this is too early for soft tires. As you'll soon find out, I'll show you.
I believe, yeah, the cameras still have rain on them, so.
But it's going to be hilarious to watch. Good luck out there, Labib.
As Aaron also comes in, I believe he'll also be putting on soft tires.
And Labib is quite literally crawling. I think I could walk faster than that.
Yeah, if you're Labib, you have to be really careful here. Look, Aaron's in.
Soft tires. Aston Martin.
Aston Martin committed.
Absolutely, they're committed.
Will it pay off?
It won't.
If you're Labib here, you have to let people by. You can't start fighting now. Yep, struggling.
No, you gotta
on
make the track big. What are you doing, Labib? Just letting him by. You gotta swerve all over the place. Come on. No, I'm kidding. You can't do that. It's against the rules.
I mean, it's only against the rules if someone sees it, so we
That's-
just had to pan
that's
off
true.
of him real quick.
That's true. He's actually in like third gear speed the entire way.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think this was the move unless it stops raining and the track. Because even if it stops raining, right, the track has to clear up.
It has pretty much stopped raining, but
I mean,
the track is
I
still extremely wet.
I still see little drops though coming from the cameras. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily know if
I don't
that
know, it
means
might be
it's
coming from the
raining or
ground, though, you
F1
know?
game. The F1 game's just a little messy. Yeah, because I don't see any rain actually on the. Yeah, you might be
Alright.
right.
Fresh soft tires, Labib. Is he gonna go for the fastest lap here? Let's see.
Oh, and yes, train is coming from behind him.
Oh, up to 8th gear. Here he goes. Labib. Oh, he's getting around the corner. There he goes. He's got this. Not quite a fast
that
lap pace,
back end
Ethan,
is-
but
Those tires are real slippery. That back end is sliding everywhere.
oh, there goes Black Jesus. Must be have some sort of engine power upgrade. Black Jesus is much faster than the Aston Martin. Oh, he's into the grass. That'll help the tires. Labib down to P9.
Could this have?
And now down
This
to
could have been
P10.
terrible strategically, not just for Labib, but for Aaron, who's actually about to be lapped. Which now, if a safety car comes out, Aaron will not benefit. I'm sorry,
Right.
Aaron's been lapped now by Enjoyer, which this could be critical.
They got him right where they want him.
Aston Martin master plan.
Master plan, dude.
As Ferrari, I'll say this: Ferrari have still yet to pit.
That's true. They're going for. Oh, there goes Christian Cummings, unlapping himself from Labib.
Do you think that?
They're going softs. They have to be.
Or
It's just
are they not going to pit? Or do they have the tire wear to maintain it?
Oh, that could be true.
As Labib getting
Very quick in this sector.
made a little contact with the Red Bull.
You could see the moment where he thought, should I get off of these tires? And he said, no, you know what? I'm committed. Decided to stay out. That'll be his undoing.
Yeah, so Fitzdick was formally asking Enjoyer to do that little thing where he spins around. So, I'm going to do that. You can. Bebry comes into the pits now. It'll be interesting to see what tires he puts on. So I believe it'll be his second time.
They are intermediates.
So Williams opting for the inters. I believe Aston made that soft call a little too early, and you know,
Yeah, just a little. In fact, I think Ethan, they're so slow. Has he only gone one lap on the softs?
who-
Labib, is that right? It feels like it's been 6 or 7 laps on these softs.
definitely feels like it. He did his outlap, then I want to say it's been 2 laps. He did his outlap, and
Well, the game's wrong then. It says 1 lap right there.
because Aaron put it the lap. Oh, wait, I don't know.
I think he's just
I'm
that slow.
confused.
As Snow Crab waves goodbye.
And once again, you have to think: was this the right? Who is Florida comes to the pits? What tires will he go onto?
Yeah, Florida pitting for the first time here. 26 lap old inters. The track is getting
That is
drier, but
inters.
it's inters.
That's inters. I have my eyes on the Ferraris. Are they? There's 6 laps to go. Can they do a 0 stopper? Is this the Ferrari master plan?
Oh, Labib a little more confident on the power here. But Christian Cummins able to pit and then come out in front. Oh, Labib actually has more pace than Christian Cummins, who, oh, he's on the softs as well. Oh, and there goes Labib sideways.
Keeps out of the wall. Yep, kept out of the wall, but now he's a lap down. He's crucially a lap down.
Well, I mean, he's got him right where he wants him. Just needs to right the ship here if he can. Get the wheel turned. There we go.
It's gonna be hard to accelerate out of first gear.
It's all right. You got a short shift here. All good.
He's got it. He's got it.
And right back on track.
That race really fell out of Aston Martin's hands.
Yeah, he was up to P2, the sure thing for a podium, and instead he is.
As Aaron is coming into the pits, I believe, for a set of inters.
Oh, wow, what a quitter. Only one lap on the softs. He put a lap time up of 2 minutes. So a good 30 seconds a lap slower than the rest of the field.
So Aston went for a big gamble. I think they should have just done it with Aaron, maybe, as Labib was in a really comfortable position up where he was. I mean, he was basically guaranteed a podium. I would say he had a huge gap on Slovene, and even if Slovene caught him, the next guy up wasn't going to be able to catch him. So I think you live and you learn, of course. Obviously, if it did dry
Speaking
up,
of Slovene, there he goes. He just lapped him.
yeah, if it dried up earlier, then Aston looks like the heroes. If it didn't, then they look like just a normal team. So
Yeah, just the normal team. That's the nice way of putting it. As Slovene laps his former rival, Labib. Labib coming into the pits and calling it
Ferrari's
quits.
around. Ferrari's around.
Oh, it's the Eco.
And the zero stopper that they tried will not be helping.
Yeah, that's not going to help with his tire wear. It's not going to help with his puncture chances.
I mean, not even that. It's just he lost all the ground that he gained really from doing that. Now he could he should just come in right now because that gap to Snow Crab is 35 seconds. So if you're him, you just come in, right?
Yeah, for sure you do. But it's D4. We'll see if he knows to do that.
Stays out.
He does not, of course.
Stays out. Interesting call. A big elbow up there, keeping pace. Actually, I didn't even realize this. Zero Kahuna is also on a zero stopper.
Oh, Arrow is... Oh, this is awkward right here, this angle. Arrow, Labib, and Zaxmack are all kind of inside each other. Labib, is he faster now? He is.
I believe that's Aaron, is that?
Well, that is Labib in front of him.
Oh, because that's Labib on fresh inters.
And he's been lapped. Yeah, that's correct. So Arrow with a few time penalties, trying to get by Zaxmack here. Zaxmack just trying to fend him off and stick with it. Up, he's going to have a P5. Looks like. How many penalties does Kahuna have?
Kahuna
Only
has
3 seconds. So Kahuna looking for a lock for P4.
And if you're Zaxmack, you're content with the P5 as you had a broken front wing, but you kept with it and ended up in P5.
So he's your third curse, Ethan. I see you. Very good.
What? Oh, actually, my curse worked out on Labib. I said he was done. He didn't necessarily crash
you're
out,
right.
but
That is a great point. I
am an
forgot about
evil
that.
human.
But you did indeed curse him.
this
And
yellow
you cursed
flag.
him with stupidity instead of the wall.
Took a huge gamble. I wonder if this is things to come from Aston Martin. Maybe in the next few races around Spain, if they're going to start taking huge gambles in order to leap across the field.
They made this race very entertaining. I appreciate it. Great job, Labib. As Zaxmack has his tail run into by Arrow, who's on the much fresher tires.
As the
yellow, it's a Red Bull.
is around. I believe that's a Red Bull
It
Forensic.
is indeed forensic.
As there's also the AlphaTauri of Gibbs around as well. My brain is slowing down here after watching this.
Yeah, you seem it's all right, Ethan. You know, only a
Can't
couple more laps to
articulate.
go. Just hang with it.
No, but I'm genuinely shocked that there weren't that many people into the walls. They were really respectful in the racing. Um, Great showing compared to qualifying under way more difficult circumstances.
As sure as Labib sets the fastest lap, he's not going to get a point for it down in P13, but
It's for pride. It's for pride.
that's right.
Gonna be looking on with the Ferraris. 'Cause I want to see if one of them gets a puncture, or if they end up pulling the master class and getting Big Elbow a podium.
This Arrow using the curb and somehow has enough traction, going wheel to wheel with Zack Smack. And a little contact there. The Arrow's gonna get the move done finally. Zack probably shouldn't be fighting this since Arrow has penalties. Arrow 6 seconds of penalties, yeah, and he's not gonna make up that amount of time in just 2 laps. But a great race from Arrow.
So zero stopper works, I think. Unless one of these guys gets a really unfortunate puncture. But McLaren the big winners here tonight if things stay in the way they are. A P2 and a P5. Well, I believe it'll become a P6. But overall, great race from McLaren. Same with Ferrari. That was, I'll say it again, the zero stopper, man. Didn't think it would work, but
Yeah, no need to stop. The track getting to the point where you want to think about softs here. So, is Labib going to risk it? Is he going to come back in?
Yeah, the only team thinking about softs right now is Aston Martin.
Is he going to come back in and put on these soft tires for the last lap? It's a huge risk, but if you can get 20 seconds in one lap.
If Enjoyer wants to have a little bit of fun, he would go into the soft tires and you'd still be in P1.
He should, yeah. If he's not a coward, he'll come in.
Yeah.
Staying out, of course, of course.
Cowards, man, cowards.
Great race as well from Slovene. Just sticking with it, doing what he needed to do, and it's a P2.
Yep, as Enjoyer crosses the checkered flag, starting the final lap.
Yeah. Starting the final lap. One more, Ethan. You can do it.
And I will. But will these drivers, will there be a late race carnage? Will there be a 20-car pileup?
A 20-car pileup. That would be epic.
The safety car actually comes in 3 times to create a 20-car pileup.
Yeah. The Ferrari of Big Elbow really tiptoeing in Sector 3 there. Kahuna has caught up to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's close to puncture territory. He has to be, right?
You would think so. Yeah. I'll be interested to see what the percentages were. Some of these drivers after the race.
Unless it is actually drying up and the inners are starting to burn out, as they do when it starts getting drier. I do see dry lines forming, I think. Unless I'm just blind. I think I might be blind.
No, you're not blind.
Alright, so they are forming.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're forming, but you're not blind. That's all I can say.
And
Kahuna within 6/10. Does he go for a lunge here on Big Elbow? Even though he's got a penalty.
Anything could happen, but Enjoyer crosses the checkered flag to take the win. A dominant victory from him. As he's actually spun around on the start-finish straight, so.
Oh yeah, that's a disqualification, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to Buzzcott about an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after the race. Slovene crosses checkered flag in P2.
Yeah, great job from Slovene, and McLaren gonna be really happy with their result.
And Ferrari, 0 stop through the race. Big Elbow on the podium on an absolute masterclass strategy. Something that Labib could have done. I think Aston had it in them. Don't know what their tire wear was, but Ferrari was able to do it, and they made it work. Got a P3, Arrow in P5, so 3, 4, and 5 had a 0 stopper. And Zack Smack with a brilliant recovery drive from the early damage to get up back into P6.
Arrow stopped, McLaren.
Oh, Arrow did stop. I
But who
believe
didn't stop
something-
is the other Ferrari, Nico, and he's about to cross the line
there
in
you go.
P8. And Nico had some moments there. I think he spun, broke his wing once, maybe almost. No, he didn't break his wing because he didn't pit, but a pretty good race from Nico. I think he was around at least once.
Yeah. Why did I believe Arrow didn't? Yeah, I thought-
Oh, and actually, Arrow finished ahead of Zaxmack, even with the penalties. So Arrow, huge pace there by the end. Zaxmack only missing out by 2/10, so that's big from him, missing out on those points.
And Arrow, deservingly driver of the day. That was a great race from McLaren. Of course, strong race from Enjoyer to take. I believe he'll be the championship leader after this race. Fitzdickle will come back next week, I believe, to fight back. Big Elber on the masterclass strategy, showing that a zero stopper will work under intermediate conditions. Wonder if drivers from other divisions will be looking at this race and saying, if it's full raining, we could potentially not stop.
That's true. You know, I might try the zero stop in the dry, just for.
Oh, good luck, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's no rule saying that like you have to change tires or anything. So
I don't think so.
good luck.
Not that I know of. It's Enjoyer. P1 for Mercedes, a dominant performance. He probably almost fell asleep out there in the front. Slovenia, a great race, a one stop, very traditional. Gets him a P2 on the podium. Big Ale Bro doing the zero stopper here in the rain. It's P3 and a podium position for Ferrari. Great job from them. Rounding out the top 10, it's Kahuna in the Haas. Great points for Haas. They've got to be thrilled with that. McLaren picking up some more points for Arrow in P5. Zaxmack recovery drive up to P6. Would have liked P5, but nonetheless, he's got P6 and just trying to stick with it and get as many points as he can while Fitz was out in the Red Bull. P7, it's Gibbs doing a solid job for AlphaTauri. Nico, the new driver in Ferrari, P8. Florida, P9. And Snow Crab in the other AlphaTauri, P10. Disappointing day for Red Bull, you have to say.
Yeah, Red Bull weren't looking for a great weekend from, of course, the reserve, who's a Mercedes Academy driver, but not a great day for Mr. Robot. They're going to be happy to have Fitz back in the car next weekend.
Indeed. Let's pull up the old standings and do some quick math here.
Yeah, so Enjoyer will take P1 in the championship.
Willie, how many points did he score? He scored 35 points?
35, yeah.
All right, 35 plus 55 is 90.
Yeah,
How many points does Zaxmack get in P6?
Not enough. Oh, actually, no. He does. He'll overtake Fitz, but won't overtake Enjoyer. I don't think.
Won't overtake
Actually,
Zaxmack. So
might.
Zaxmack leading the championship.
Oh, so Zaxmack. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know
Yeah.
how much P6 is.
Yeah, we're sim racers, not mathematicians. So,
Pretty good at math. I just don't feel like doing it.
well, I mean, okay.
Yeah, anyway, so Enjoyer picks up 90. He's got 90 points now. That's going to put him ahead of Fitz. He might be ahead of Zaxmack, might not be ahead of Zaxmack. Doesn't really matter. Enjoyer and the other blue cars you can see on your screen. Big Ale Bro, a podium for him. He's got 40. He had 40 points before the race, and now, what is it? 25 points, right, for P3. So 65 points for Big Ale Bro. That's a solid job.
All right. Ready to talk to our podium finishers?
Oh yes, let's get him in here.
And I believe first up we're gonna have in P3, the Ferrari driver had a great strategy through the race. I wonder who engineered for him. Zero stops. Congratulations. Another podium for Big L, bro. Oh, what's up, man? Hello?
Hello.
Big
Oh.
Bro, congratulations
Hey, what's up?
on the
What's up?
podium, dude. P3 Ferrari, great race. How do you feel? Do you feel wet?
I'm soaked, man. I'm saturated. But I'm in Seattle. I'm used to it.
Well, I bet from Seattle, yeah. Well, great race, a podium for you. Obviously tricky conditions. How much did you practice for the wets?
0.
Huh. Surprising.
Simply built different, man.
Yeah, I just got lucky out there. I just cranked up my front wing once I saw it was raining and held on for dear life. And I didn't pit, so I think I finished it. My left front, it was at 78%.
Yes, I wanted to talk about that. The zeros, was that your idea, or was there someone engineering for y'all? Like, what was going through y'all's head when y'all thought a zero stopper was possible?
Well, Jeff was saying 5. He kept saying 5 to 10 minutes for the rain to stop. So my whole plan was just to wait for slicks, and the race just went on and on and on, and by the end it was looking like this. I was never going to be able to go on slicks. I saw Labib try it, and that didn't work out for him. I feel horrible for Labib because he was having such a great race. But
Do you though?
once
Do you really feel horrible for Labib? I mean, you got a podium out of it.
I do. I know, but it's Labib. You gotta root for him. He was kicking ass out there.
Oh, you're a great guy. I thought it was hilarious that he went on softs. Great entertainment. I
I
really appreciate it, Labib. I am, of course, sorry that he didn't finish where he probably should have finished, which was P2. But very entertaining nonetheless. Big L, bro, congratulations again. P3 for Ferrari. You're kind of right back up in the standings, right? 65 points for you now total. Are you fighting for P1 still? Is that the goal, or is Enjoyer a little too quick? Maybe fighting for P2?
Enjoyer and Fitz are both so quick. I was just taking advantage of Fitz being absent, and I thought I had an opportunity with him being gone, so I was happy to grab some points.
I
with him
mean,
away.
consistent podium finishes will get you pretty high up there. So
Yeah,
yeah, you're having a great season so far. Help you
thanks,
keep it
man.
up.
Thanks. We'll see
All
what
right,
happens
well,
in Monaco next
hopefully
week.
it rains for you and you just do a 0 stop in Monaco. That'd be awesome.
That'll work. Whatever it takes.
All right, man.
guys.
Congratulations.
If
And
it rains at
goodbye.
Monaco, I wish.
Cheers.
All right.
If it rains for Monaco.
Ethan, who was
No,
P2
it's
again?
not there.
Remind me.
So P2 we had the McLaren driver of Slovene.
Ah, yes. Slovene. Get Slovene in here. Slovene, congratulations on P2. Very straightforward race strategically from you, but a very tricky track, tricky conditions. You handled it very well, and it got you on the podium. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel really good. I got excited towards the end, not to wish any misfortune on Enjoyer, but when I saw it said he was out of the session, and I had my eyes like got bigger than my monitor. I think I was thinking I was cruising home to the win, but I will not complain about my first ZRL podium. It was a good race, even with not too much to do. I think I had a couple overtakes in some fun corners, but for the most part, it was just about fighting the conditions, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, we saw at the beginning that it was Zach Smack and Enjoyer kind of running away. You were like closely behind, and then there's a pack like way behind y'all. And then Zach Smack spun, but you were able to keep it together. Of course, not necessarily as fast as Enjoyer, but just cleaning up the points as much as you can. I mean, great podium. It's your first. You said it was your first one in ZRL. I mean, congratulations. I mean, you're trying to push through the field in D4. Where do you expect to finish? Maybe next race.
Ooh, next race. Where are we headed? I haven't even looked at the.
We are actually headed to the most famous track on the calendar, Monaco.
Monaco. Well, if I, you know what? Is it next weekend?
No,
No, it's
next-
not. Awesome.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Get another week.
So this will be, I'm going to be out of town next week, but this will be my first CRL Monaco race that I actually can make also. So I am not going to say anything about what I think is going to happen at Monaco because I feel like it's probably going to be absolute chaos. But I'm just going to try to do the best I can for McLaren and hopefully come out with another good result. The thing that I was really excited about today and that I would like to continue regardless of where I finish next race is trying to avoid my track limits penalties. I don't know if you guys noticed in Coda, but I think I racked up like 21 seconds worth of track limits penalties. So I got a little upset when I got my 3-second one today, but I feel like I really kept it between the lines, clean. I was really happy with the way that this went. So I just want to keep that momentum going regardless of where I end up in Monaco.
All right. Well, congratulations. Hope to see you more often. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah, congrats,
Fantastic.
buddy. Great job.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Last and definitely least, it's Enjoyer in P1 in the Mercedes, just destroying these noobs in Division 4 mercilessly and ruthlessly. Let's get Enjoyer in here. Enjoyer, congratulations. Another great win for you. You are, I don't know if you're on top or not. I don't feel like doing the math, but you got 90 points. How do you feel?
Good. Rain was unexpected. Didn't practice any rain, but we won. Zach got a lead in the beginning, kind of what I was worried about, especially when it's raining. It's really hard to pass someone, but he eventually just outbroke himself, and I didn't even have to do any work to pass him, and then I just drove away.
You did indeed. A really clinical race. You're the fastest driver by a mile in the dry, and then pretty much as well in the wets, although Labib was setting really fast laps. Slow laps on his soft tires, but on the wet tires, he was fast as well. What's this about people calling for you to be penalized? What happened there at the end? Why are people gunning for your head? What is your response to these allegations?
I'm gonna out him. I was just gonna finish the race normally, but Barney told me to like kill myself at the end, and I don't know if they're serious about it. But...
Wait, so Barney told you to do this? So Barney is a terrible engineer, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's I had to out him for it.
Giving shades of Garrett and Buzzcott last season. We'll have to see what the stewards think about this.
Yeah, that's we do not condone suicide here in the Zoom Racing League. Please seek help if you need it. Thankfully, you're still alive, and congratulations on the win. Are you just faster than everybody else? I mean, are you looking forward to your time in Division 2, or are you gonna start maybe getting a little slower and staying in Division 3 or 4?
No. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Hopefully, I get up Division 2 before the season ends, and then I can play there. But yeah, I'm not intentionally in Division 4. I asked to be moved up even, but we'll just wait for the sorting table, I guess.
That we will.
No, definitely showing your pace. Definitely going to move up. I think your Division 2 pace. So, great race. Hopefully, could continue it for the rest of the season and maybe cruise to a championship. But Fitz Dickwell will be back next weekend. So
yeah, and it's Monaco, so we'll see. Anything can happen there.
Anyways, good luck on the rest of your season, bro.
All right, thanks, brothers. See you later.
Congratulations and good luck in the next one.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Ethan, it was entertaining in a different way than I expected. I'll say that.
Some nice clean racing there. In the rain. Very surprising. Very proud of these D4 guys. Very clean race.
Yeah, actually, they did pretty well in the wets, especially since not a single one of them practiced in the wets. I mean, I haven't practiced in the wets. Why would you? So
it's Spain.
Yeah, it's Spain. So why would you? So a pretty
Spain
good job from them, all things considered. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a great time here with Ethan Patel in Division 4 Zoom Racing League. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. It helps us fund all the graphics that you're seeing on your screen. If you want more of these graphics, please like and subscribe the Zoom Racing League on YouTube and other social medias. If we have any, I have no idea. Check the link in the description
we do.
below. We do, says Ethan Patel. Great. Well, we've got Division 3 and Division 2 tomorrow on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and then 10 p.m. Eastern for the Division 2 drivers. And then it's the real deal. Division 1, Zoom Racing League, the fastest drivers in the world, some of them, which is amazing. It's Division 1 action on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tune in and watch these guys take all the best lines, do all the best things, and sweat it out. All right, well, this is Lee Hall signing off. Thanks for joining us. Hope you had enjoyed, and see you tomorrow. Ethan, any last words for the viewers?
No, just stay tuned. Yep, we have the doubleheader, as Lee Hall mentioned, tomorrow, and then D1 on Sunday night. Y'all have a good night. This has been Zoom Racing League.
All right.